Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Sports Traveler webinar. Today, we'll be discussing how to sell college football bowl season for this upcoming bowl season. My name is Jake Alruzo. I'm the Sales and Marketing Assistant here at Sports Traveler, and let's just dig right in, and let's start with probably the question that some of you might be having today. What is college bowl season? It's the perfect time of year to discuss this with Selection Sunday coming up. But basically what will happen is at the end of every college football season, the top college teams in the country who are deemed eligible to participate in a bowl game will be invited to play in one. A good way to kind of a good analogy for this basically would be that if your team's playing at the very end of the year, it's every college team's Super Bowl game. It's their biggest game of the year. They get invited to play at a neutral site, and they'll play another team, and then this will be their big final finale of the year. The top 4 teams in the country compete in 2 semifinal games. These 2 semifinals are among the most popular bowl games that are available, just because those are usually larger fan bases and more people go out and travel for them. The national championship game is the very final game of the year, the final bowl game, and this is going to be where the 2 semifinal winners will compete. This is probably the top selling package for the year. Basically, you'll have 2 very large fan bases want to come out and travel for the game. So it's one thing to definitely be ready for if anyone's interested in purchasing. Outside of this, there's dozens of different teams that participate, so you'll most likely have at least one team in your local area that's going to participate in a college football bowl game. Now, when to sell a college bowl season, or when to start thinking about it, when to get ready. Basically, bowl season is held from mid-December to early January. That's kind of the timetable you're looking at for this, or the different bowl games that are held. Teams are selected to participate starting on December 4th, 2016. That's actually the Selection Sunday. So, that's something you have to be ready for on that date. The window to sell travel packages for these games will last very briefly. As you can tell, with announcements being made on the 4th and games already starting in mid-December, the time to book travel is very brief, oftentimes just within a 48-hour window of the announcement. One helpful thing I always tell travel agents, especially for an event like this, is to make yourself available on December 4th, especially because a lot of fans of these teams, they're very anxious. They want to book everything right away. They're very excited to book right away. So it's something you want to be ready for, because it's a great opportunity to get a great booking and get some commission as well. So it's an important thing that you're ready to sell on Sunday as well, just like your fans are going to be ready right there on December 4th to pick or cheer on their team for the College Bowl season. A few of the top bowl games that are available, these are the ones that we've noticed, we get the most bookings for. They're the most prestigious games. It's the best fan turnout for some of these selected games right here. As you can see, a lot of these games are around the same time, starting with the Orange Bowl, December 30th in Miami. You have your 2 semifinal games on New Year's Eve on the 31st, one of them being in Atlanta, the other in Glendale. So one thing to take note of here are some of these key dates of travel. So this will be when the games are held. Travel packages will be around these dates as well, depending on the check-in, check-out they're looking for. The other thing, take note of where they're located. As you can see, a lot of these bowl games are all over the country. A lot of them are good warm weather destinations, which is a good thing for anyone that lives in more cold weather state this time of year. It's a good escape from that, either going to Miami, Atlanta, Glendale, going to California for a trip. So it's a really good selling point for these. It's why we have a lot of fan turnout, because a lot of people want to get away from the cold, watch a football game. So definitely take note of these, see if any are even in your location, because that might be something you get calls about as well. Most important thing to note here, when you look at the 2 semifinal games, the 2 on December 31st, at the conclusion of those games, that will be when the teams are going to be chosen, or at that point allowed to go to the national championship game. So whoever wins both those semifinals moves on. So from that evening, December 31st, that's another important night to remember, that people will be contacting you, they'll be calling, usually stretching into New Year's Day on the 1st, because they want to book their trip for the championship game on January 9th. And that's a very small window of time. You have maybe about, I would say, 8 days for a booking, especially with airfare that time of year. You want to be ready, right on the evening and New Year's Day for people to be ready to make bookings for this trip for the title game. The typical inclusions in a bowl travel package would be lodging in the host city for the bowl game. So they'll have their hotel covered for them. They'll have tickets to the bowl game, game day transportation to the stadium that takes them from and to. One neat feature is a lot of these bowl games have pregame parties and fan fests. So it's a really good opportunity for fans to network with each other from across the country at the bowl game. A lot of people have fun. It has a nice tailgate atmosphere, and there's a lot of activities going on, especially with those larger bowl games we were just looking at. There's always a lot of fan activity going on. The other thing too is we always have we have staff on site for assistance, as well as just a phone call away in case your client needs anything at all. And some of the key selling tips that I really stress, be ready to take bookings on December 4th. And I discussed this a little bit earlier, but a lot of fans understand that the stadium can only seat so many people and that space is really limited. It's really just about a 48-hour window that we see a lot of people book in, and it's that 48-hour window starting on the morning of December 4th. So you have some anxious clients that will be trying to get a hold of you. I say be ready on December 4th, be ready on December 5th. You don't have to be in the office that day to take bookings, but just be there to check your email, be there to check your phone, see if anyone's called you, if anyone's texting you. It's a good way to stay in touch with your clients, but if it's something that you're going to offer your clients, or you tell your clients you're going to offer it, you're going to have to make sure you're there and commit to those days on December 4th and 5th to be selling these travel packages. Another helpful tip is you can visit our website, sportstraveler.net, and go to our college football page. From there, you can look at the different bowl game packages we have available right now and get an idea of what's included in the pricing for everything. And do a little bit of research of what teams are popular in your area. It's a really good way to gauge fan interest. So let's say you operate out of Michigan. You know that the Michigan Wolverines are going to be going bowling this year, so they'll be playing in a top game. If you live in Alabama, you know about the Alabama Crimson Tide. They're going to probably be competing for the national title this year. So do a little research what's in your area, what fans are in your area, and it's a good way to tell if you're going to be expecting phone calls on December 4th. And urge clients to book quickly. Space is very limited on these trips as well. Airfare goes very quickly. You want to be ready to book the flight as soon as possible, especially because the time of year a lot of these bowl games take place, it's near holiday travel. So get the flight booked up quickly, get the package booked quickly, and everyone will be all happy and set to go. To start into the Q&A, if anyone has any questions, you can submit them using the group chat function. From there, I can go ahead and go through the questions you might have. Looking now if we have any, and one question we do get quite often is if we offer any bus trips from select destinations to bowl games. Our packages are not bus trips. They're going to be just a travel package with your hotel accommodation, game ticket. If you have a very large group request for any type of bus, that's something we could potentially look into, though that's something you'd have to contact our office directly about. Then second question, when's the best time to book airfare for these games? One thing I really highly recommend for the airfare is to book as soon as possible. Demand for airfare skyrockets once the bowl games get announced and the fan bases are all at the same time looking for the same flights. So you want to be ready to book usually on the day of the announcement, the flight, or very shortly thereafter. On top of competing with other people for bowl travel, you have to keep in mind it's holiday season. People are really booking flights to see their family as well. So flight is really important. You get that wrapped up quickly. Okay, another actually really good question. Are packages refundable if my client's team does not make it? Travel packages are going to be non-refundable, especially because we're going to be so close to the travel date. That's why it's really important that any bookings you make on December 4th after the teams get announced, because at that point, you will know who's competing in the bowl games. You can book the package that the team's going to be in. So, what I say is you just got to wait for it. Once you're ready, go ahead and book the trip with your client. But, it's something that is going to be non-refundable. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And let's see. Okay, another good question just came in. It's going to be, can tickets be removed from travel packages? Yes, they can. It's something you just have to contact us about. It's actually something that's pretty common. The reason being is that with these travel packages, oftentimes we will have season ticket holders for a certain school, and they have tickets to the bowl game already. So at that point, they just need their hotel accommodation, their other travel package inclusions. So at that point, we can look into removing the game ticket for them and offering them the travel package without game tickets. So in that case, they're not paying double for the ticket. They can have it removed. And that's one thing to keep in mind. So don't steer anybody away. If they have tickets already, we could still do the package for them without game ticket. It's a really good thing to note. All right. Looks like we don't have any more questions at the moment. In case you have a question or you think of one after the webinar, I don't want you to panic at all. Feel free to give us a phone call. Our number is right here on the screen. You can always send us an email or visit our website. Another good thing or handy thing to know is that our office is going to be open on December 4th on Selection Sunday. So that's another good thing to keep in mind, that if you need anything that day, our office is available. You can give us a phone call, give us an email. We're ready to book right there with you. If you have any questions, we're here to help you. And I think we're all looking forward to a really successful bowl season. I'm looking forward to getting some bookings underway, just like you. And I want to thank you for joining us on today's webinar. Look forward to hosting the next one. All right, have a happy holidays, and thank you so much for attending. Thank you. Bye-bye.